Hey, 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 happy Saturday, everybody. This is Crystal Taylor. The owner of Fitness is not a game, and it has been a long while since I've talked to you all, and I apologize for that. There are reasons, many, many reasons. Um, and the video that I'm making right now, I've been sitting on it for a while, and I want to talk to you all about it for a while. But for some reason, I just wasn't ready to. I don't know why. I don't know why I wasn't ready to talk about it because I put it in the title about it being taboo. I don't feel like it's taboo, but I know that it can be. Um, so I figure it's time to talk about it. So if you're watching this on the replay, do me a favor, put in the comments, type replay to let me know that you're watching and where you're watching from. Um, but yeah, I just want to. All right, so I've been sitting on this one because when I said I want to do it for a while, I have. So let me just go ahead and hit you with the story. So right now I'm loopy. You want to know why? Because I'm medicated. You want to know why? Because I just had surgery Wednesday, and the surgery that I had, I actually had a partial hysterectomy, and that's the taboo part about it. It's so funny how when I had surgery on my foot last year, everybody's, oh, your foot surgery, your foot surgery, your foot surgery. It was very, if you all recall, I did a countdown to the surgeries, gave you all of the rehab stuff, but for some reason this time, you know what, I didn't talk about it, not because I thought it was taboo. I did notice how people sort of like clammed up when I talk about it and was like, oh, and guys would sort of try to walk away. It made them uncomfortable because we're talking about lady parts and they get uncomfortable with lady parts, right? So, but it's such a normal thing. And that's another thing that is so sad. I was thinking about it the other day that at 42, I actually have a lot of friends who've already had hysterectomies. And I remember my mom having one when I was younger. And if I think back on it, she was in her 40s too. But honestly, when it came up as an option with talking to my doctor, I was like, man, I'm only 42. Why do I need that yet? But then I realized I ain't as young as I think I am, one. But I mean, it's necessary. So I'm coming to you all as a plea to ask you all, beg you all to do two things. One, go to the doctor, have your regular appointments. You have to do that. And then two, when you go to your doctor, be completely open, honest, and transparent because some things that you think are normal, they really aren't. So I'll just be without like getting extremely detailed or whatever. I'll just sort of give you all a background on how I ended up with this surgery. So, as a woman, we know that our body changes frequently, right? So, ever since I was a teenager, every few years, when it came around that time for as men like to call it, that time of the month, um, I noticed that something different would happen every few years. I went through the phase of getting yeast infections before every cycle. Some of y'all may have just cringed at that, but it's just real. Nothing taboo, we grown. I went through my breast getting lumps each month. That was a scary one. I went through, I'm trying to think what the other one was. But so I was just getting a whole bunch of different stuff like every few years. So last year, I noticed that I was literally like just cramping every day. Like I just had cramps. And I thought it was another cycle in my cycle, right? I was like, oh, this is just a new thing. I'm just going to have, I'm going to be cramping all the doggone time. Oh, well, blow it off. I shouldn't have done that. So it got to the point where even my cycle just started doing very weird things. It was literally coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And I was still just sort of blowing it off because I thought this was the new cycle in my cycle. And then one day it was just a really bad one. And I mentioned it to my girlfriend. And my girlfriend said, B, know what she called me. B, if you don't go to the doctor and tell your doctor what's going on, that ain't normal. But I'm like, oh, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. And I'm like, all right, I'll table it and keep it in my head. And that was probably like in July or August. So when it came time for my annual this year in January, everything looks great, regular test, look healthy. And so I mentioned to my doctor all of the things that were happening. I'm like, she's like, anything else you want to talk to me about? And I'm like, yeah, I had this happen and this happened one day. I don't think it's much, but I just want to let you know. And she was like, that doesn't sound normal. I'm going to write you a prescription to go get an ultrasound. Okay, fine. So it's funny, you remember how back in the day, when you would get your ultrasound, you just didn't want a phone call. You wanted your results in the mail, right? So I didn't get a phone call. I checked my email because, the doctors now everything's electronic. Checked my email and I saw I had results there. So I was like, cool, everything must be fine. It's nothing. But to my surprise, when I opened the email, the doctor's saying, they found fibroids, you have a thick uterine lining, you need to go see this specialist. So I go to the specialist, and she's looking and she's talking about all these options, and she's like, we need to do a biopsy on your uterus. Biopsy? We all know what biopsies are for, right? And I'm not going to get sensitive. But I'm like, wow, I literally thought I was coming in here for fibroids. So, anywho, the first course of action for fibroids is the pill, right? Hormones. And I'm telling them, like, I haven't done anything hormonal since college. Every time I took any type of hormone, I would end up with cysts on my uterus or my ovaries or something. And so the doctor was like, yeah, you sound like you're very sensitive to hormones. So let's not do that. So fast forward, they do the biopsy. Luckily, I'm cancer free, no cancer. So I'm like, woo woo, hallelujah. But she's like, okay, we got to tackle these fibroids and this thick lining. She's like, your lining is thick like you're pregnant and you're not pregnant. So something's just not right. So she's like, let's do this thing called the ablation, where basically they would burn the lining, right? She's like, they use this little fan thing, burn the lining. That way it'll stop my cycle, right? So she said, stop the cycle. I was like, doc, say less. Like, no more cycles. Yeah, I'm in, right? So she's like, cool, we'll do that. So that was initially what I was going to do, was just do the ablation. And so when we finished the appointment, the nurse came in, she's typing up the rest of the paperwork, and she looked at me, she said, you didn't want to go for the hysterectomy? I was like, no, there's no need to do all of that. I just need this crazy cycle to stop, right? Thank you, Sean. Yes. So I was just like, no, I'm good. The ablation, as long as it works, is fine. So the doctor said, my schedule will call you to make an appointment. Cool. I think my appointment had been on a Tuesday. So I'm waiting for this scheduler because I'm so ready for this to be taken care of. I don't hear from her like Thursday. So I called Thursday, left a message, called Friday, left a message. And so by Saturday, I believe in listening to the universe, right? Everything happens the way it's supposed to. So when the scheduler didn't call me, which was abnormal, I was like, the universe is telling me something. What is it? Listen, Crystal, listen. So I started doing more research on the ablation. So as I'm researching it, they're talking about how some women get the procedure done multiple times because the fibroids would grow through the uterine lining. They were talking about how some women would eventually have to get a hysterectomy anyway after the ablation. And so I'm just reading this stuff and I was like, I've had enough outpatient operations where I don't want to get something now. I don't want a Band-Aid. Let's just fix it. So on Monday I called again. And so I finally emailed my doctor. My doctor emailed me, called me right back, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, she hasn't called you yet. So I asked her about the hysterectomy. And my question to her was, the fibroids that I have now, will this ablation help? And she was like, no, it just hits the uterus. And I was like, okay, what about the fibroids? She said, they're going to continue to grow because you're still so young. I was like, thank God. Thanks, doc. Young, okay, whatever. But so I'm like, no, I don't want that because y'all, I was so crazy that I have literally had cramps every day for at least the last year. if not longer. And I thought that was normal. How crazy is that, right? I didn't realize how crazy it was until I was telling my older son that I had to have surgery. I'm like, yeah, I'm having surgery a couple weeks, and I told him why, and he was like, wait a minute, you cramp every day? He was like, now I've heard about these things. I'm sorry, I'm trying to laugh, but stuff is sorry. He said, I've heard about these things. And 1 week out the month is ridiculous. And you do this every day. How are you not eating up the world? How are you not a monster? And I was like, I guess you're right. But it was sad because it became my norm. Like, I would cramp so bad sometimes that I would like literally run to the restroom thinking that my cycle just came out of nowhere. Like, it was ridiculous. So once I realized that the fibroids, which were causing my cramps, weren't going anywhere, I said, okay, let's just go ahead and go with the hysterectomy. Because I haven't been able to have children for years. That's another taboo subject. People, oh, we don't look here, y'all. We are all adults. Reproductive health is nothing to be ashamed of by any means. Like, dang, like seriously, if I'm coming to you all today because I know some people are, for some reason, ashamed to talk about it. Yeah, look it. It's just certain things our bodies do. So like everybody take a number one and a two. I want to say I want to be disgusting, but it's just the truth. It's a part of natural life. Just like as women, if you are not in menopause or if you have not had a hysterectomy, you're gonna have your cycle. I mean, damn, talk about it. It is what it is. Or if you're pregnant, whatever. So it's just like, that's why I don't hide it. Like I said, I think I just wasn't, I think this surgery was different for me for a couple reasons. Like I said, I've had a lot of outpatient operations, but I never had to stay overnight. And honestly, knowing that I had to stay overnight in the hospital was freaking me out. But I'm doing much better than I thought I would, right? And then the second part, like I was over here, my sister came to see me yesterday, and we were talking, and I was like, wow, I'm missing a whole body part now. I'm missing an organ. Like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I keep grabbing my stomach because y'all ain't ever got cut on y'all stomach. Everything you do hurts. But yeah, I'm like, wow, I'm missing a whole organ now. Like, that's something weird to think about, to know that it's missing. But I'm cool with it. But yeah, probably like, why is she doing this long soliloquy and talk? Because like, I just know that so many women are going through things with their bodies and they don't think that they need to tell the doctors. These guidelines now say, well, if you had a normal pap, you don't have to come back for 3 or 5 years. And that's BS. That's cockamamie bull. You need to go because so much can happen, especially, if you're in my generation, 35 and up, 40 and up, things happen rapidly in our body. So if you wait 3 years, do you know how much could happen in 3 years? By the time they catch it, what it could be? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta go and you gotta be clear and you have to be honest when you talk to your doctor. Tell them stuff that you think don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might just be like, oh, it's normal. But to them, they're like, no, it's not. So Lashana, yes, you saying let's get rid of stigma. It is what it is, y'all. And Fred says show the cuts. You know what? I will. I'm gonna try to position it to where it's not too crazy. But you know what? As I said, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, right? So she used the scope. So luckily, I don't have the big cut. I have 3 small cuts. And if you ought to notice, and that's why I say let's just put it out there. Let's keep it real. I didn't know that they could do doggone hysterectomies vaginally. What? And that's part of the reason why I guess I feel better than I was supposed to, because they don't have to do everything with the big cut through the stomach and yada yada yada. So yeah, I was like, go doc, do whatever it takes to make it easier. And I'm trying to adjust because yeah, this belly And it's funny because it's like my belly, I look like I'm pregnant again. Hello, baby. So here are my 3 little beautiful cuts, you see? So it is what it is. I'm super swollen. Like I got a little bitty baby in there. Y'all tell me if it's a boy or girl. We can do a vote. Oh, shit. But that's what it is. It's simple. I'm still on this here couch for a few weeks. Actually, like 8 weeks. That's probably the hardest part for me, not doing much and having to rely on others. And I'm grateful for the support system that I have, the village that I have. Because y'all all know how independent I am and I do stuff on my own. But I'm learning to receive help. So I'm going to stop babbling. But I really wanted to get it out there because I've been sitting on this like for weeks. I was going to do a countdown to the surgery, just all that. But like I said, I think I was more stressed about the surgery than I wanted to let on. And I knew that if I started talking about it, I was going to break down and crying. Like, hell, I'm post-surgery and I'm still like emotional. But it's over now. I'm doing better than I thought. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm doped up right now. I can't even lie about that. I feel real good right now. Probably gonna take a nap as soon as I log off of here. But like I said, my main goal was to encourage and beg y'all to go to the doctor, like seriously, and be clear. I tell you, I think I figured that I had fibroids, and that's a shame that I sort of thought that was normal. But when she was talking about the thick uterine lining and that typically leads to cancer and all this stuff, and I was just like, what? Like what could have happened if I never said anything to my doctor? If I went another year of fibroids growing, of cramping and all that, wow, and I tell y'all, man, I have a very high tolerance for pain. I had both my children naturally. Very proud of it. Like it takes a lot for me to be like, oh my gosh, that hurts. But that damn biopsy, wow. Like just wow. Just wow. And I'm just so glad and grateful that when the biopsy results came back, they, said it was negative. I was at work. I couldn't even focus the rest of the day. I was so busy crying, happy tears. Like, oh my gosh, because that was so scary. But yeah, it was just, whew, yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, Danielle says somebody is going through this hidden. Yes, you know what? That's my thing. I really believe y'all know me. I am like I'm truly an open book. I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done or will do or whatever. It is what it is. And if I can help somebody just by sharing my story, that's why I'm here. That's honestly why I'm here to help. Like sometimes you ask yourself like, why do I go through things? Why do I go through things? And I really think like I'm some weird vessel. Maybe I go through things because I'm not afraid to share, and other people are going through it. And because I step up and say, hey, I'm doing this, I'm going through this, this is what's helping me, that I'm helping other people in some type of way. Like it just is what it is. Like seriously. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I got all the comments, but I thank y'all for listening to me because I've needed this. And I really don't know why I don't know. I can't even describe what I feel right now. But I'm grateful to have great insurance and to be able to get it done. I tell you that much. Um, and maybe, and they talk about the feeling of emptiness afterwards. That's what I said. I haven't been able to have kids or want any extra kids in a long time, so it's not that. I don't think I feel less than a woman. Like I said, it is weird to know that I don't have one anymore. Like, whoa, like that was major. Hey, Anita. Hey, sis. Um, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. But I had to speak out for all my sisters out there. You have to be your first advocate and your biggest advocate. Just put it all out there because you got to be sure that you are healthy and whole because we're not getting any younger and the things that we're eating are not making us any healthier, so we just got to take care of us. Like for real, we do. We really, really do. Fred, ain't nobody talking about no kids. Are you telling that to people who keep asking about having more kids? Is that what you're talking about? I know you ain't talking about me. Hell, Lord knows. That's what I said. That's one thing I wasn't upset about. Because it was so funny. The few people who, it was so funny. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm having surgery. Was they're like, oh, your foot again? I'm like, no, I'm having a hysterectomy. And they go, oh. And I'm like, what y'all on it for? I ain't trying to have no more kids. Like, hell. And I started to throw a damn no period party while y'all tripping. Like, I was going to be like Oprah, throwing maxi pads of tampons at everybody. Like, you get a pad, you get a tampon, you get it instead. Like, I was going to get y'all shit y'all probably don't even use. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, trust me, I ain't sad about that part at all, at all, at all. Yeah, need to say, I understand I've been, let's see, said, put my glass on. I took my glasses off because of this dang on glare, but I can't see for crap. Nita said, I understand I've been there, had the same procedure 6 years ago. It's definitely a major life change. Yes, I'm praying for a pain-free, speedy recovery. Thank you, Anita. So I'm doing a lot better than I thought this morning. I woke up, it was a little rough. But I think part of it too, yesterday I tried to be tough and didn't really take my pain meds throughout the day like I should have, and I paid for it this morning. So yeah, that's why I took my pain meds as soon as I ate this morning. So yes. Fred says not happening to you, it's happening for you. Absolutely. Auntie Janice was dropping all the gems. Because I feel like I am a vessel, and if things have to happen to me for me to put it out there to help somebody else, because you never know who's listening, who's watching it, right? So while people are commenting right now, right? Got Sean, Anita, I think Lashana says something, Danielle, Fred, all these people are commenting, right? But it's somebody who's going to watch this video and never say anything to me or anybody else, but they're going to take heed and they're going to call their doctor. Something's going to resonate and they're going to go to their doctor and they're going to be helped. I don't need to even know about it down the line, but I know in my heart that that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's going to help somebody. And I'm so good with that. I'm so, so good with that. For real. Yes, I'm so good with it. Yes, let's see. Girl, look here. Anita, I swear I wanted to do a no period party, but when I say the surgery crept up on me and I had time to plan it, but babe, yes, hell. And yes, I am going to take my meds. Look here, my pharmacy is right here. I got all my meds. They're right here. Got my daytime drugs, my nighttime drugs, and to make sure I don't get clogged up drugs. Let's just keep it real. Yes, I got them all. Yeah, I'm doping up. For real. I know. I know, y'all. That's why I said I took my dope and I'm about to take me a nap probably in a minute. So, but I just had to talk to y'all. Like I said, it's been on my heart for a while. So now that it's over, I'm here. For anybody who does want to talk about it, who has questions, don't hesitate to inbox me. Like I said, I'm an open book. If I share this much publicly, imagine what I'll tell you privately. Just ask. It's cool. I'm always an open book, and I'm always here to support and help. So yeah. So for anybody who's not, let's get to it. I want us to stay in touch, right? For anybody who's not in the Fitness is Not a Game group, and we call it the FNAG family. If you haven't joined the family yet, get on over to the group. Fitness is Not a Game. This is the type of stuff. And you know what? Honestly, I was just going to do this video in the group because it is such a family atmosphere, such a family environment. But we made the group a closed group to make it a safe space. And if I would have done this in the group, I wouldn't have been able to share the video down the line, right? And so that's why I decided to go from the page so that it could be public and be shared amongst as many people who need it. But if you see this video and you're not in the group yet, please come on over to the group, be family. And then also, inbox me, shoot me your email address so I can add you to my mailing list, because I'm constantly sending out all types of health tips, crazy stories that I've gone through health-wise, fitness-wise. I like to send out free workouts, free recipes, fitness challenges of the day. That was real good. But yeah, shoot me an email. You can inbox it on the Fitness is Not a Game page, so I can make sure you add it. Also deals coming up, but that's not the most important right now. I'm just talking about being healthy, right? So let's see. Anita said, be careful whatever they use to close your incisions. Yeah, you know what, the skin glue has been fine. It's, I can tell it's starting to heal because it started itching a little bit this morning, so that's a good thing. And Sean said, God bless you and your testimony. Thank you, Mama. Yay, Danielle says she loves the group. It got her to start exercising. And I saw your video this morning. So Danielle is on vacation and still going to exercise, doing yoga. What did you say? What did you call it? What did you call it, Danielle? A heart fulfilling yoga class? Put in the comments what you call it. But I was like, that's dope. Anita said, recovery will affect Fred too. Please be very patient and understanding with my sis, please. Wow. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, and you know what? Heart centering. Yes, Danielle. Yes, that is a great way to describe how you feel after yoga class. Like, that is dope. But you know what, Danielle? Anita, with your comment. It's crazy how I feel like that goes both ways. Because like I said, I've been stressed. I've been worried. I've been concerned. But I knew that he was too. So I didn't want to show my worry and my concern to him the same way he didn't want to show it to me. But it was a major surgery. It wasn't a small thing. It was major. It's routine, but it's still major. But yeah, so Anita, you are absolutely correct. So yeah, it's a process. It's a process. Thanks, Anita, for breaking me even worse. I was doing okay, girl. I was trying to close this thing out, laughing. You coming with the really real, girl. Ooh, child. So, but yes. They all say Batman and Robin need each other. Not one is the lead. It's a partnership, lean on each other. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. So thank you, Anita, for all of it. And I know you're there. I know I can talk to you. I appreciate it. But y'all gonna don't apologize now. I'm gonna get off it because y'all got me going through it right now. And maybe it's because I'm doped up. My emotions are on 10. Oh my gosh, my emotions are on 10 right now. I'm high. I'm all types of emotional. I just need some more sleep. Uh, Shut up, Fred. You ain't always bad, man. Alfred, bring me some water. You bet. I'm laughing. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah. Oh, they is at the Robin takeover this year. You dang on right on that. You damn right on that. But y'all, me and the gashy baby. Go. We about to start off this piece, and I'm about to drink me some more water, eat me some fruits, lay my tail down for a little bit, put my blanket on my belly, and just relax. So, Leah, yeah, girl, they got me over here all, and I'm a thug. I ain't even supposed to be crying like that, but yeah, I got all in my feelings about my surgery I just had on Wednesday, so it's worth the watch to rewatch again. Um, yeah, again, if you watch my replay, type in replay. For real, Sean said that's them alive hormones. Yes, so that's the crazy thing that I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm curious about it because I only had a partial hysterectomy, which means I still have my ovaries. If she had taken my ovaries, it was going to throw me into menopause, and that was really going to be life changing. Um, so what's crazy is that each month my body is still going to go through the hormonal cycle, like I'm about to have a cycle without having it, right? So I'm going to have to pay attention, and y'all still keep telling y'all boy and everybody else be patient because there are going to be times where I'm going to be going through a hormonal shift and not even realize it. Because let's be real, PMS is real, y'all. Oh, them hormones kick in. It is real. So I gotta pay attention to when I'm just jabbing off or when I'm just all of a sudden wanting weird cravings of food without actually having anything visible to see. Like, because it's hormonal, I'm sure I still feel it in my chest and all that stuff. But excuse me, y'all, but that's gonna be interesting having everything except the visible part, like for real. Danielle, thank you so much, honey, for lifting me up. Oh, that's right, Lee. I'm a thug. Just the drugs talking, like for real. Oh, Anita, there we go. You had the full. Yes, baby. Yes. Yeah, that like I just kept asking her like, like what will determine if you're gonna have to take them? She was like, well, we won't know until we get in there. And when I woke up, she said, oh, we were able to keep them. I was like, thank you, because that was something I definitely didn't want, like for real, like for real. So, 3 years to recover, baby. I'm so sorry. So, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this story, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. And like I said, we talking about things that they say are taboo, but ain't nothing taboo. It's our bodies. This shit happens. We need to know about it. We need to know what resources out there. We need to be able to support each other. We need to be able to talk about this shit openly so that we don't feel like something's wrong with us when shit happens. And I'm sorry, I just got animated real quick. Like, I don't know how many of y'all know, well, most of y'all who know me, but I'm a Delta. I was a co-chair of our Delta Gyms program for years. And part of the reason why I specifically wanted the GEMS program is because I wanted to be able to talk to teenage girls. We were all teenage girls before. We know that there are phases when we can't stand our mama. Mama can't say nothing right. And we're listening to everybody else but our parents, right? So I wanted to work with those girls so that I could be that source, right? Get their trust. Come to me, baby. Tell me what's going on. Because a lot of the things I grew up thinking that a lot of stuff that was happening to my body was wrong and abnormal and nasty when it was just natural growth. Like I didn't know anything about BV growing up. And, you hear all this stuff and it may seem like if you just kissed a boy, you were going to get all types of nasty stuff, so anywho, I say that to say, I wanted to share a story with you all for real. I'm just reading through the comments real quick. Anita, have Carlos watch on the replay. Just have it playing in the background so you can just hear. But let me tell y'all something. So this year, I went to my regular doctor for my annual, but then I also went and got my mammogram, right? And as I'm getting the mammogram, the tech is talking about going into menopause. And I can't remember how the conversation came up because there were two techs in there and we were just talking about it. And we hear about with menopause, we hear about the side effects, the things that happen, the mood swings, the hot flashes, the vaginal dryness, all of this stuff, right? But this lady, I felt so bad for her. She said that her vaginal dryness was so bad that she actually chafed when she walked. Y'all hear that? She said she would cry every day because walking was painful. KY was not helping her. She said she was slamming it on and nothing was helping her. And I'm listening to her like, damn, like what? Like you can't even walk? So she said, and I need to do some research. I need to find it. And if one of you all find it before I get it and post it. But she said she went to her doctor and she was telling the doctor, like, look, like I can't walk. There's no way my husband and I can have sex. I can't even walk without being in tears. But she said that it was some type of like injection pellet that the doctor injected into her butt cheeks that worked off of her. I can't remember if it was her blood type or something, and that actually regulated it for her. She said that was the only thing that worked. And I think she said that whatever that pellet shot is, I think it lasts like for 6 months. So every 6 months or so, she goes to get this injection in her butt. But Evie, I'm like you. I had no idea. Like when you hear vaginal dryness, you just think like, oh, sex isn't as comfortable as it should be. When she said she couldn't even walk, I was like, what? Like, child, like, oh my gosh, it's just like heart-wrenching and scary. So I said I'm gonna look for it, and when I find it, and for any of us, because we're all getting close to that or whatever, so that we can at least be informed and mention every possible option to our doctors about what can be done to help us. Because if I wasn't open and clear about my medical history and things that were going on with me when I first went to see the gynecologist about the fibroids, she could have put me on a pill. And guess what? My fibroids were going to shrink, but then I was going to end up with cysts on my ovaries, and I was just going to end up in surgery any damn way. So we got to be clear about all this discussion. All of the options. I told the doctor, all right, let's talk about everything. Give me all your options. Let's talk about the pros and cons, and then we, mainly me, will decide what's going to happen because this is my body, right? They're doctors. They know a lot, but you know your body. You know what's happening. Be clear about it. So, yeah, so I just want to mention that. So when we all get to that point, because we will, we be able to go in there informed and ask the doctor about all the options. And like I said, I can't remember what it is, but ask your doctor, what about that pellet shot in the booty? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Say, what's that pellet shot in the booty that can help what's that menopause symptoms? Because nobody want all that for real. So, all right, for real, I'm about to get off of here because it's probably lunchtime for me now. But again, come on over to the Fanag family. Fitness is not a game group here on Facebook. If you're not already in the family, if you're not on my email mailing list, inbox me right here on Fitness is Not a Game on the page and just shoot me a message. Say, hey, please add me so you can send me some of those free workouts, free exercises, tips, stories, all of that good stuff. Because it's a lot of crazy. Yes, yes, Sean. I am ended right now on this laugh because yeah, I tickled myself on that one. So I love y'all to pieces. Thanks for listening to me ramble on with my highness. That's hilarious because I was like, I kept looking at my meds and I was like, oh, I don't know what's gonna come out my mouth because these damn meds got me feeling right. Y'all see my eyebrows all up, eyes low. Ouch. So, all right, for real about it here. Have a wonderful Saturday. Do something to make yourself sweat. And I will talk to y'all again later, man.